Hello, how's everyone doing today? It is Berkfamily54comics. I'm Steve. In today's live stream, we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite cartoons from the 1990s. I am joined by one of my good friends in the community. We got Karate Kevin from Superpower Review. What's up, man?
What's up?
I knew you were going to do that from just like you did like a week or two ago.
I think that's going to be my new trademark because a lot of people like always introduce me as Karate Kevin 67, not Superpower. So might as well just do that, right?
Nice. We got Count Von Strange. What's good, homie?
What's up?
Who's got a House of Secrets as his photo? I know you like that. We got the Art Chemist. What's up? We got Average Will. Heck yeah, 90s tunes. So we were gonna go live yesterday, but we had some work to do, and that's fine. We're going live tonight. We're talking 90s cartoons, and I think both of us went by cartoons that were created in the 90s, not cartoons that were created before that we watched in the 90s. So I'm excited to talk that tonight. Thunder God 75. Hello. I have quite the list, actually.
Really? So do you have like an honorable mentions list? Because I think I might want to throw like a bunch of honorable mentions before we get to one as well, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. No, I have 2 honorable mentions, and then I have like 5 or 6 others that I did watch in the 90s that were created before 1990. Give me a second here. I'm going to try to brighten myself up here. I got a light, but it needs to be bigger. So I'm going to try to see if I can get myself as bright as Kevin here.
Yeah, you're pretty bright, huh? I'm glowing.
You really are. It's like you're standing right in front of the sun. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Here we go. Cartoons that I watched in the 90s that were created before 1990 that I loved. Jetsons. Who does not like the Jetsons, man? You don't like the Jetsons? What?
No, I didn't like the Jetsons. No.
Art Chemist says X-Men, SWAT Cats, Thundercats. Ooh, Thundercats. Batman and Darkwing Duck. I like Darkwing Duck as well. Good list. Okay, other cartoons that were created before 1990 that I liked. Voltron. Voltron is like the OG Power Rangers. They're like animated. They got their different colors. They kind of morph, kind of. They get into their robots. It's cool. G.I. Joe, yes. The SWAT Cats was amazing. Yes, I agree. Justice League Super Friends. Created in the 70s. I loved that show when I was a kid. It was coming on like 9 o'clock at night. It was great. That's why I like Justice League and DC more than Marvel, because I would always watch that. Hey, Super Russ, what's up?
Hey, man.
Yes, He-Man's good. Scooby-Doo. Who does not like Scooby-Doo, man?
I'm sorry.
What?
Scooby-Doo. That was horrible.
We always said if we ever got a dog, we would name him Scooby, but we're not getting a dog. Flintstones. Everyone loves Flintstones.
Maybe so. You like that whole what's the name of that company? It's Barbara, right? No,
I have no idea who created them. Probably.
I can't think of it.
And then of course, TMNT, created in the late 80s. Loved the Ninja Turtles show. That's why I got into Ninja Turtles as a kid, was that TV show and the movie. And so those are my cartoons that I liked before that were created before 1990. Are there any cartoons that you liked that were created before 1990 that you watched?
Yeah, totally. TMNT, definitely. That's probably about it. I wasn't big into Ghostbusters at all.
No, me neither.
Anything else now I can't really think of. Oh, Transformers. I was into Transformers too.
I didn't really like Transformers. That was like a little old for me. Did you like Justice League Unlimited? I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah.
But probably. Okay. I got some honorable mentions for my top 5. Do you want to do your honorable mentions, and then I'll do mine, and then we'll get into our list?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Okay,
You want to go first? You want to go first? Okay, so honorable mentions. I would definitely go with SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. That show still cracks me up to this day. Ren and Stimpy was hilarious. That was a great show that I used to watch with my brother as well. Rocko's Modern Life. That's also hilarious. Lick the finger, turn the page.
Yes.
What else? And Beavis and Butthead.
Dude, Beavis and Butthead was so dumb. You remember which one was Beavis and which one was Butthead?
Of course I do.
Okay,
Beavis is the blonde and Butthead is the brown with braces.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Okay. Let's see here.
Beavis and Butthead, get off my lawn.
Okay, here we go.
My wife, what's happening?
Right. All right, here we go. Here's my honorable mention number 1. Rugrats. You could not go wrong with Rugrats as a kid, man. They're just little babies running around being goofy and just all around fun. I liked it a lot. I thought it was drawn kind of in a fun way. So Rugrats is my first honorable mention. And then I'll pull up the next one. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Well, maybe you won't, but I like it a lot.
I used to watch that one a lot. Rugrats.
Oh, Johnny Bravo! Hey.
Hello, mama.
Dude, I loved Johnny Bravo as a kid. I thought it was so funny with the hair and the sunglasses and always having to look in the mirror and thinking he was the coolest dude ever. And he always got messed up. Oh, man. I loved him. I loved it.
He's the blonde Elvis.
That's really what he is. That is true because he did talk just like Elvis.
Yeah.
I thought those were good.
Hey, mama.
Yes. Yes, that was good. Cartoon Network did no wrong back in the day. I agree. I love Cartoon Network. I am the cornholio. I need TP for my butthole.
I am a cornholio. I need TP for my butthole.
Oh my goodness. Just get a bidet, man. Oh, which by the way, we got a bidet during the whole like TP crisis. It's actually really good. I would definitely
good for you, man. That's awesome.
I would recommend getting a bidet to anyone. I really would. Now that we're on the poop subject, Calvin Strain says Team and T, G.I. Joe. Ooh, King of the Hill. I forgot about King of the Hill, honestly. SWAT Cats, Batman, the animated series. Okay. All right. I want to see if I can do this correctly with how you said it. Let me pull up your list again. Let's see.
While you're doing that,
Go ahead.
I would like to just give a shout out to Dave from Mark Spector Comics for giving this Deathstroke Terminator #1 signed by Mike Zeck to me. If you were not here during Berkfamily54comics live show with Dave from Mark Spector, he was doing a giveaway and he wanted everybody to guess who he got a book signed by Mike Zeck, and whoever guessed it right got the book. You're looking at the winner, but I just want to say thank you so much to Dave. This book is absolutely gorgeous, and it has a fantastic memory to this book.
Dude, I was so happy when you won. That was awesome, man.
That was so awesome.
Happy regardless of who won, honestly. But, like, since you and I are really good friends, I was like, oh, that's really cool that you won that. So
that was totally cool.
That was totally cool. I'm just letting a few of my close friends know that we're live. Talking 90s cartoons. Do you want me to pull up the comic or the just the art from the show for your number 5?
Oh, it's all right. It's, if it doesn't show up, then I'll just talk about it.
No, which one? I got them both. Which one do you want me to just pull up?
Oh, for number 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to just say what it is?
You know what? I'm just gonna pull it up real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here we go. Number 5 for Karate Kevin, also known as Superpower Review, on his top 5 90s cartoons.
All right, number 5 of top 5 90s cartoons. I'm gonna go with Street Sharks, dude, because you know why? They are totally jawsome.
Awesome.
That was their catchphrase, dude. That was their catchphrase. They were totally jawsome. We had Ripster, who was the great white shark. We got Streak as the tiger shark. We got Jab as the hammerhead, and Big Slamu as the whale shark. This was a fantastic show for me. And, you know, Street Sharks is clearly a ripoff from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's just get that out of the way, okay?
It really is.
It totally was. You know, instead of eating pizza, they love cheeseburgers. They're constantly eating cheeseburgers. And, you know, they're mutants and they're sharks. But this was a great show growing up as a kid. I was hooked on this show. They had fantastic toys to this show as well. And I hear that they're worth a little bit of money too now these days, which is kind of a bummer because I wish I had kept them. They used to have like these really cool like Muppets, like puppet toys that used to have and whatnot. Anywho, this is number 5 on the list, not only because it's nostalgic to me and it totally screams 90s, but it goes to number 5 because it doesn't hold up very well like the other animated shows in my top 5, which is why it is number 5. So again, talking about like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Street Sharks was like kind of the opposite of TMNT. Like, so they started with the show, unlike the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They got toys, and then they ended up in comic books. So why I wanted Burke Family Steve to show this comic book cover, because this is the first comic book I can remember having as a kid. So this is the first comic book I ever had.
That's awesome.
And these books used to be really fun. So, like, my dad used to take me every week to a magazine store. That's what we would call it. And, you know, they had comic books at the magazine store. And every week or every other week, we would pick them up. And they were fun stories. And I used to like the art. I think Archie Comics did them. I think it says up there, too. Yeah, Archie Comics. So, yeah, Street Sharks, my number 5.
Awesome. That's awesome. You're not going to believe what my number 5 is.
No way. Is it the same?
No.
No.
No. You're just not going to believe it's 5 instead of higher is what I mean.
Oh.
Okay, number 5 for my top 5 90s cartoons. X-Men the Animated Series. I liked the show, but as everyone knows, I'm a DC fan. I liked that 20-year-old TV show from the 70s more than this show, but obviously can't make the list because it wasn't created in the 90s. I did like it, though. I really like Gambit on the show. I thought he was, like, you know, a baller. I really like Cyclops and Wolverine a lot as well. And Magneto was cool, too, but it just wasn't, like, as high as a lot of the others I've talked about. I actually had a really hard time coming up my 4th and 5th because, like, a lot of the cartoons that I watched in the 90s were created before 1990. So my number 5 is X-Men Animated Series because I do remember watching it as a kid. And like I said, Gambit, Wolverine, Cyclops were my favorites. So
wow.
This guy's saying, boo this man.
Boo this man.
Boo this man. That's at least a top 3 for Thunder God. Australian Wolverine is the best Wolverine. Was he Australian in the show?
No, he was Australian in the older show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good show, X-Men. Yes. Only 5th. Wow. Hey, Hawaiian Punch. What's up, brother?
What's up? I love that name.
Hawaiian Punch?
Yeah, that's a great name.
Dude, I always feel like he's about to bust through the wall. With a big picture of.
But that's Kool-Aid.
Oh well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or maybe he'll just come through the window on a surfboard. That would make sense.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Now we're talking.
All right, let me make sure I got your next one right. Okay.
All right, so if my friend is watching, because I shared a link to him, he's my best friend, Jake Burnell. He'll probably if he's watching this, he's probably like, yes, rock on, because he would have like almost the identical top 5. Number 4 is Gargoyles. And Jake, this is for you if you're watching, man, because I know how much you and I love this show. This was a fantastic show. We had David Keith, who voiced Goliath, who's pretty much the main character of the show. And if you guys don't know who David Keith is, he is the voice actor to Spawn in the HBO animated series. And he also reprised his role in Mortal Kombat 11 as Spawn as well. This show is so good, man. You can watch this show today, and it holds up to this day. It has a great story, great characters, and it has awesome voice actors, like I said, with David Keith. I love the dynamics of the characters, and it's a really cool story, and Disney really needs to make a movie if they still own the rights to this. I'm not sure, but they have to do something with Gargoyles. It's like more than time to do something with it.
I remember watching this show as a kid as well. If I remember correctly, there was good gargoyles and bad gargoyles, and they only came out at nights because that's apparently, and they were actual like rock or concrete during the day.
Right.
At night they'd come out and they'd terrorize.
Right. So like during like medieval times, like there was this huge war between humans and gargoyles, and the gargoyles were actually considered the good guys. And so a spell was put on the gargoyles, and like 1,000 years fast forward, a guy can break the spell that makes the gargoyles into stone. And when they were put in stone, they were put on a castle. And in order to break the spell, the castle had to be above the clouds, and that's what broke it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Dude, you're super knowledgeable about this stuff, man.
See?
Knowledgeable. I'm just going off of what I remember as a kid. I do remember watching that show as well. It just wasn't as high on my list.
That show was so good. I wonder if YouTube has any of the episodes, because I would love to watch that again.
I guarantee they have at least partial episodes. Okay. You're not going to believe what number 4 is. Batman animated series. It's only number
4.
Yes. I really liked the show as a kid. That is actually like part of the reason why I really like Scarecrow. Like I would say Scarecrow for me is a top 3 Batman villain because of the Batman animated series. He was used and portrayed a lot in the show, and I just remember watching him a lot, and I'm like, wow, I really like him. So I put, Scarecrow, Bane, and Joker as my top 3 Batman villains. Bane is up there because the very first comic book I remember reading was Bane broke Batman's back. Scarecrow was in a TV show, and obviously the Joker is great. But yeah, yes. Batman animated series was really good. The Joker was in it. I want to say Mark Hamill played the Joker in the animated series. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
And the art was really good. But there's just like it wasn't as like fun for me as some of the ones that are above it. The 3 that are my top 3, they're more fun. Like Batman's awesome, but like they're not as like kids fun. You know what I mean? I'm sure like if I went back and watched all of them, Batman would be higher than other ones as an adult. But when you're a kid, you want more fun, happy all the time versus kind of scary detective stuff. So that's why Batman is my number 4. So
wow, number 4, man. Wow, I am shocked by your list there, sir.
Dude, right? See, that's why there's, different people in the world. We all have different opinions on stuff, just like we had different opinions on TMNT number 3, the movie.
Yes.
Okay, let me go over some comments here. Good show 2. Should be number 1 by comment. Well, I can see that. What, Steve? Number 4? Boo this man!
Again. Boo!
Boo this man! What, Steve? You're killing me. This is number 1. So my top 3 are not comic book type shows. So sorry about that. Okay, let me pull up your number. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. Where is it? Here it is. Actually, I use different different ones for each one of us.
So number 3 kind of starts, a whole kind of snowball effect, and once we see it, I'll kind of explain. But number 3 is going to be the X-Men animated series for me. Okay, so a lot of these shows that I am mentioning here, a lot of these shows I grew up watching with my brother. My brother and I watch these all the time. And X-Men, and along with the other Marvel cartoons, is what really started the whole comic book character love for me, really. So X-Men is very important. We have great voice actors. We had great animation for the time. I recently just rewatched the whole X-Men animated series when the Disney app came out, the streaming service. That's like the only reason why I bought it, so I could just rewatch all of this. And man, it's still really entertaining. I mean, there are some kiddish parts to it. I would really like if they did another X-Men animated series where we can actually see Wolverine use his claws for violence, but of course we can't see that in a kids show.
No.
No. The voice acting is great. And, Marvel was really smart about these shows because instead of recreating stories, they pretty much ripped the stories right out of the comic books and made an animated show out of it, which was absolutely brilliant and perfect.
I remember when I was a kid, I liked to draw a lot, and I would always draw Wolverine just because he's so hulkish looking. And I remember his pecs. I'd always draw his pecs huge because they made his pecs and his upper body just huge, and then his waist would be
bam.
Yeah. Bam. And they're all in tights.
And they're all in tights. Yeah. And there's just so many great characters. I love the cast that they had in here. With Rogue, and I could have maybe done without Jubilee because I really dislike Jubilee in this show. I feel like Jubilee is just kind of useless. But other than that, I really feel like the cast is great. Really loved having Gambit and stuff, and
Nice. I like it. I like it.
I like it.
So if you've missed it so far, my number 5 is X-Men the animated series. Number 4 is Batman the animated series for me. His number 5 is Street Sharks. Number 4 is Gargoyles, and his number 3 is X-Men. Thunder God says best thing about X-Men is it still holds up today. Great show.
Yes, it really does.
Batman Beyond might be number 3. We'll see.
Ooh, I didn't think of that one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Ooh, what? That just became in my honorable mentions.
Rogue was great. Yes, Rogue was great. Yeah, Death to Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilee was useless. I still feel like, not even just in the show. I feel like Jubilee's just useless in the comics as well.
All right, tell me what you think about my number 3 as I'm about to show. Because I didn't share with you my list. You shared with me your list. You don't know what my top 5 is. So
no, I have no clue, and I've been shocked ever since you went out with the number 5.
Number 3, SWAT Cats, man. I really, really like SWAT Cats because they were mechanics. They worked on stuff. They were cats, which obviously we all like cats and animals. Go Cats!
Go Cats! We did it at the same time.
And they're also superheroes. And what was cool is they kept their identity safe. No one else knew that they were actually superheroes. And I want to say there was even a love triangle going on in the show. There was a lot going on. I really liked the little Air Force airplane thing they had. I thought that was cool. I remember the show just being a lot of fun, and how they'd always be working on something and they'd have to jump in their airplane real quick and fly out into the sky. And I don't know. I just thought the show was a lot of fun, and I really liked animals, obviously, as a kid, and superheroes. So my number 3 is SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. Let's see what people were saying. Mr. Comic says, cool show. I want to say it was only around for 2 or 3 seasons, but I remember when I was being babysitted one time, I watched 4 episodes in a row because I thought it was so good. Let's see here. Adrian says, solid number 3, Steve. There might be hope for your list. Well, we will see, because this is the first time you did not say, boo this man. I like this at number 3. Thank you. Kevin, what do you think?
What I think is that I vaguely remember this show, to
What?
be honest. Yeah. Like now that I'm seeing, I completely forgot about this show, but now you brought it up, like I kind of the design of this show looks very familiar, but I really kind of don't know what it's about. Maybe if I saw more of it, like it would definitely ring a bell, but I don't nothing.
They're just basically superheroes, but
As cats.
they fly like an Air Force plane to save people, and they wear masks, obviously. So when they take off those masks, they just look the exact same, just without masks. So SWAT Cats is my number 3. I have no idea what this is. Maybe I'm an old fella. Yeah, well, I think it was made in like 94, 93. So that's my
Yeah,
number 3.
I can't. I don't remember that at all. Actually, I mean, again, like looking at the designs of the cats, like it does look familiar. Like I'm really trying to dig deep in my brain to remember what that show was. But maybe after the show, I'll go YouTube it and be like, oh yeah, okay, now I remember a little more of it.
Only 2 seasons. Started in 93 and ended in 94. So very quick. Okay. We're getting down to the good stuff. We're in our top 2 here.
Man, we're flying by this.
We really are, man. Here we go.
I can't remember what my number 2 is actually, because I feel like 2 and 1 are so close, like they're almost tied for each other, that it's I think I know what it is. I think I remember what I sent you, but technically 2 and 1 kind of tie for like both first and second place.
Well, if people know who you are or what you like, they'll be able to guess really quickly where your 1 and 2 are. So
Yeah. All right, so number 2 is Batman, the animated series. I believe that's what I sent you on my list. Yes, okay, there we go. I was going to make sure that I didn't swap them. So yes, this show is very important to me, the Batman animated series. Like I said, for number 3, once we start getting into the comic book related cartoons, these shows were a huge staple in my childhood and to my brothers. And this is what really started the love for comic book characters, especially, not too much after this. We had Tim Burton's Batman movies, which, of course, I was hooked on those. But this show was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the animation was top notch for back then in the 90s. And we had great voice actors. I don't know about you, but voice acting is very important to me when it comes to cartoons. I just really appreciate the acting and the hard work that goes into voice acting. So, you got Kevin Conroy, of course, as Batman, Mark Hamill as the Joker, and those are like superstars when it comes to this animated show, of course. So, yeah, this was absolutely huge. There's so many things to love about this show. Like you said, what you said previously about this show, what did it for you was the Joker, Scarecrow, and who was the other one? Bane, that's right. Well, duh, I should have remembered that. So for me, it was definitely Bane, the Joker, and Clayface. I really loved Clayface in this show.
I like Clayface a lot in the show as well. I liked Robin in the show too. I liked the cars in the show, and I just like how like kid friendly the art was. Like it's not like super intricate like you'd see in a comic book. Like what you see here is exactly how everyone looked, and I thought that was a lot of fun. So
and then after this animated show, we got probably, in my opinion, one of my favorite animated movies, which was The Mask of the Phantasm, which was a great movie.
I think I started it one time in DC Universe, but I don't think I ever finished it.
What? That's such a good movie.
I know.
I remember seeing that in theaters. Like I remember my dad taking me there to the theater. I remember how
Two-Face was really good in that show too. I forgot about how good that was.
Yeah, Two-Face was good. Yeah, but I remember seeing that in theater. I remember like kind of being a little scared of that movie, to be honest, when I was a kid. But great movie.
Nice. Okay. My number 2. I don't think you'd be able to guess what it is.
I can't actually. You've been such a wild card this whole show. I can't guess.
Okay, so this was another like fun show, and when like I really was like able to relate to the character because he's a boy, and here let me just show him. Doug. I really like Doug. Doug Funny was a lot of fun. I don't know. I just remember the show just being like really fun. His best friend, I think his name was Skeeter.
Yeah.
His friend was, I want to say he was like blue or orange.
He was blue. Yep.
And you know what's crazy is like as he got older, they like changed his look just a touch. I want to say they made his shirt like 3/4 sleeve versus regular sleeved. They did a lot of like stuff that you'd see at school. Like he wanted to have the newest shoes, which everyone growing up, you want to have the newest, coolest shoes. But the problem was in this episode was that his shoes that he wanted that were really cool were like way too big. So he had to put like socks, like big old pairs of socks in his shoes, and he was walking like a clown. And I just remember being like, "Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds like something in grade school someone would do." I remember there was an episode about basketball camp, and I really liked basketball as a kid. Man, I want to say that is.
You had
Patty Mayonnaise.
Patty Mayonnaise.
I looked it up. I just want to make sure I got it right. Patty Mayonnaise was a girl.
And Roger Klotz.
What's that?
And Roger Klotz.
Roger Klotz. Who was that?
He was the bully.
Yes.
With the leather jacket.
Yes.
And you had, of course, the best band in the world, the Beats, bro.
Dude,
I need more allowance or lay-hoo.
There was like a song. There was a song when they were on one of the episodes one time, and I remember it like in my head, but I cannot think of the words. But I remember they showed up at like a diner, and they're on their way to their concert, and the Beats. I do remember that.
The Beats were practically the animated version of the Ramones.
Yes.
I need more allowance or lay-hoo. Why? Because I do. That was fantastic.
The Beats, yes.
Yes. I like new honorable mention. New honorable mention.
Yes. Let me go back over. Patty Mayonnaise. Would you believe me if I told you it was Patty with an I at the end, not a Y?
It is. Weird. Yep. Patty with an I. Yep.
Skeeter was blue. Yep. And what was his thing he always said? He I want to say he repeated what he said a lot, and he always said the same thing. I forgot what it was.
What was the dog's name?
The dog. Let's see here.
I know it's not Spunky because that's pork chop. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Duh.
I remember rewatching Doug when he's a straight up little bish. His dog, yes. Rugrats. Rugrats was in my honorable mention. Changed when Disney got him over from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, when I saw the Disney thing on your screen there, I was like, wait, what a second. What's happening? I thought he was like...
Roger,
okay.
Roger was a dick.
Yeah, he totally was.
Doug is a kind of superhero with his Quail Man.
Quail Man, yeah, dude, with the underwear and whatnot and the belt on his head. Yep. Wow, good times, man. Good times.
Man, that's great.
That's a good pick.
Okay, Steve,
that's a good pick.
Where you went off the rails here, Doug. That might be the best comment outside of "Boo This Man." That was great. Roger died of heroin. Wow. Steve. Reboot? Pork chop, honk honk. Honk honk is what Skeeter said.
Yeah.
Yes. Honk honk. Oh, man. I love that show. That's why it's my number 2. So
that's a good pick. That was a good pick.
Okay. I'm going to recap your number 5 through 2. Karate Kevin's 5. Why don't you go ahead and say what your 5 through 2 is?
So 5 through 2, we got Street Sharks, which were totally awesome. I just want to do that again. And for 4, we have Gargoyles, fantastic epic show. And we have number 3, the X-Men animated series, of course, from the 90s, and we have the Batman animated series.
Okay. All right. Let me pull up your number one here. I didn't even watch this show. I'll be honest.
What?
I did not.
What?
I did
What?
not. I don't know why. Okay, go ahead. You want me to just pull it up or?
Yeah. So number one for my top 5 '90s animated shows or cartoons from the '90s is the Spider-Man animated series. And like I said, this could like really tie for second place and first place with Batman the animated series. I just went with one, whatever. But yeah, this was an absolutely awesome show, just like the X-Men animated series, where they pretty much ripped the story from the comic book and made it into a cartoon, which is absolutely fantastic. It's awesome too. Excuse me. Being a comic book collector, and when I used to collect books, back in high school, and more so even now, that when you read the books and you see a story that came from the animated show, because again, I was more familiar with this than comic books, and you're like, damn, that's like right from the show. That's awesome. Also, why I really love this show is that when I was a kid, this is what made me fall in love to the classic symbiote black suit. You know what I mean? So when I saw Spider-Man get that black suit, that's the first thing that came in my head. Was like, wow, I really wish Spider-Man looked like that all the time, because that is the best looking thing I've ever seen. And of course, Venom happened in the show, and I'm like, man, I love this guy. He's got what Spider-Man had as a costume, but now he just looks really mean with teeth, and that's what started my love for Venom as well.
Comics Mix Explained says he's currently watching Spider-Man and Batman Beyond. That was me. Yeah, Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, Gargoyles was awesome. So
yes, it was.
A lot of people seem to like your list more than my list. So, well, that sucks. everyone likes Kevin more than Steve. What the hell, man?
Not true.
Oh, hell yeah. Awesome pick. Love this. I'll still watch old Spider-Man cartoons on Disney Plus. Yes.
Yes. And speaking of Disney Plus, that was the only reason why I got it, just so I could rewatch this again. I'm telling you, man, you're missing out. I mean, I know you're not a big Spider-Man guy, so maybe you won't like it as much, but it is a good show.
MegaCon Zordon. What's up, Biggie?
What's up, Biggie Shaq?
Biggie, the immortal Biggie Shaq. So.
All right, I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready. I really don't think you're ready for my number one.
I don't think anybody else watching is ready either.
Gave you I don't think if I gave you 10 guesses, I don't think you'd get it. So.
I mean, I know it's definitely not a Power Rangers animated show, because they didn't do that.
They did not do that. I wish they did. All right, here we go.
Uh-oh, I'm ready.
My number one is Hey Arnold!
Oh, that's a good one.
Dude, Hey Arnold is so fun, and it's another one of those shows that's super relatable, especially for a grade school kid. You had baseball in one of the episodes. You had a spelling bee in another episode. You had basketball in another episode. You had a kid dealing with the fact that he wasn't really with his parents. He had a really cool room, which everyone wanted a really cool room as a kid.
Cool.
You had these kids that they liked each other, but they picked on each other, and they'd stand up for their friends. And I don't know. I just really liked Hey Arnold a lot. I thought it was a great show. Also, Arnold, your head is shaped like a football.
Football head?
Football head. Everyone used to say that in the show, and they were right. And I remember, what is that girl's name right there?
Olga.
Olga. Yeah. Her dad was super hard on her, and so Arnold was nice to her. And I don't know. I just thought the show was pretty cool. Also, I remember the house they lived in. It was it kind of reminded me of Full House, because it was all these houses were exact same, and it went tall versus wide. And I don't know. It reminded me a lot of Full House, and the whole show was just, I don't know, like I said, a lot of fun. So
yeah,
surprise. No Recess or even Captain Planet was another show where they all put their rings together. I thought that was a fun show. I like Johnny Quest as well. Recess was good. There was so many good shows and cartoons in the 90s. Dexter was another good show.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Stimpy.
Hey Arnold is going to have to slip into the honorable mentions too.
You must have forgot about that one too.
It's not that I don't know. I just didn't think of it. Yeah, I didn't think of it. I forgot about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how I could because it is a great show. I mean, I grew up with all these shows that we've been talking about. So yeah, that was a good one. Ren and Stimpy was good. That was another good one.
Boo! Boo this man!
Boo this man.
It's okay, Steve. We still like you. Is Steve's number one going to be another shocker like BB's? BB's Kids? I don't know what that is. Nick had great shows back then. They did. Let me tell a story, actually. So this is actually kind of a sad story. It's a fun story, but sad story. So when I was a kid, I want to say I was like 3rd or 4th grade. Actually, it was 4th grade. We went to Orlando to Disney World. And while we were there, we went to Nickelodeon Studios too. And we were there with my mom's best friend, whose son was like 3 years younger than me, I want to say. Like 3 or 4 years younger than me. I can't remember. I don't know the exact age difference, but he was another boy, and we had a lot of fun. And we went to Nickelodeon. Sorry, my wife is messaging me to go put on the cover on our blow-up pool. So we're at Nickelodeon Studios, and they had the slime, which was on like all their shows back then, right? Well, they had the slime like I don't even know what it was. It was like a slime fountain, but they had like fence around it, so you couldn't get in it. Mm-hmm. And I said to the kid, I'm like, hey, go get in that. And I didn't think he'd actually do it. And I turned back around. He had hopped the fence. And he had got slime all over his clothes. His mom was so mad. And he's like, well, Steve told me to do it. And I'm like, oh, crap, I did. But like, it didn't matter. But the really sad part about the story, so that was a fun story. The sad part about the story is that he died like 6 months ago from, I want to say it was leukemia. Like, he was like 23, 24, maybe 26. So maybe we're a lot farther apart than I remember. But he was a really young kid, like still had his whole life ahead of him. He was living in Chicago, making a lot of money, and all of a sudden he just got leukemia and he battled with it for like a year or two, and he passed away. So his name was Nick.
That sucks.
His name was Nick, which is kind of interesting because we went to studios, and that's
when you were telling the story, like you're like he went in the slime. I was like, man, I hope this kid doesn't like drown in the slime. And then you didn't say that he drowned, and I was like, oh, good, he's not dead. And then all of a sudden he's like, he died of leukemia.
No, he really did, and it's really sad. His mom had a hard time with it, obviously. Yeah, you can imagine.
Of course. So. Every mom, yeah.
Okay. I love BB's Kid. It's on Netflix, I think. Tone Loc played the baby, right? Comics explained. Youngsters. I don't know what we're talking about here. Story time. Yay. Yes.
This is not a cartoon, but what about dinosaurs, huh? No? What? Yeah. Whack the mama.
What?
You never the puppeteering. I think it had something to do with the Henson family who did TMNT. You know, the dinosaurs. No. Oh, Whack the mama.
65 million years ago. Gosh, what was the name of that show? Dinosaurs show.
I thought it was called Dinosaurs, but maybe not.
It was called Dinosaurs.
Oh, see, I was right.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a funny show. It wasn't as good as Power Rangers. Power Rangers in the 1990s. Nothing will beat 1993. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What's really funny is I'm wearing a Power Ranger shirt. If you guys can tell, I wore this today, and I went to the gas station to get a drink, and the lady's like looking at me weird, and then like halfway through the transaction, she goes, "Oh, you're a Power Ranger. Oh, I was wondering what you were." And I'm like, "Yep, it came out when I was 5." So she goes,
I'm still 5.
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh, I wasn't 5 when it came out," because she was a lot older. So, Dinosaur saddest live.
I'm anticlimactic. I'm wearing my work shirt.
TV9, Seek.
It's TV9 Seekong.
Seekong. Oh, there you go. There you go. What happened in the last episode of Dinosaurs?
I think the meteor came and like killed him. No,
Was that what happened in the last episode?
I can't remember. I can't remember, dude. It was so long.
Oh shoot! Oh my gosh, that's sad and hilarious. Yeah, someone says the dinosaur family was like the dinosaur version of Roseanne. It really
was. It really was.
Like, I want to show a picture really quick, and if you guys don't think that reminds you of Roseanne in any way, you are crazy. Let me get this real quick. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Daddy, Mama.
There it is. There's the dinosaur Roseanne. Yeah.
It really was like that.
Yeah, I thought it was actually a pretty good show. So, never seen last episode of Dinosaur. I don't remember. Like, I watched a lot of it, but not like as much as the other shows. So, that's all I got for our live stream. You got anything else you want to talk about? What's happening on your channel this week?
Nothing, man. It's super busy. It's starting to pick up at work. So we have like all this like church stuff that I gotta record and edit, which is I won't get into it. But
okay.
And plus the computer that I edit on is not working, which is a really bummer. Right. So the channel on my end right now is going to be on a bit of a hiatus until I can get this all figured out and squared away.
Looks like you're working more too, so that's good.
Yeah, well, the problem is where I'm only working 4-hour shifts right now, so my boss takes shifts. I'm like kind of like the afternoon shift. And now that we're having productions to get edited, it's hard to, get stuff done in 4 hours. Right. So, that's also the reason why the channel's kind of like on a standstill right now. So, but once everything is,
We're about to have a tornado here in Kansas. It feels like it's so windy out there.
You're taking a one-stop trip to the Yellow Brick Road, buddy.
Oh my God!
You better.
There is a Wizard of Oz museum 10 minutes from my house.
You better pack your red sparkly shoes.
Oh, shush! Hey, folks, this is all over. Hey, I'll go over my top 5, and Kevin can show his top 5. My number 5 was X-Men, the animated series. Number 4 was Batman, the animated series. My number 3, I'm gonna make sure I get this correct.
It's Cats, right?
SWAT Cats was my number 3. Number 2 was Doug, and number 1 was Hey Arnold.
Good choices, good picks.
Kevin,
Hey Arnold was a good one. All right, my top 5 was we got Street Sharks at number 5. We had Gargoyles at number 4. We had X-Men, the animated series, at number 3. And 2 and 1 is pretty much tied with Batman and Spider-Man. I mean, it's kind of hard.
1A, 1B.
Yeah. It's hard to pick between those.
I had a lot of fun tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too, man.
You know what we're going to talk about next week? What do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about next week? I don't know. I'm being put on the spot. I don't do good when I'm on the spot. Maybe the people who are watching right now can go in the chat.
What we want to talk about next week.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions, that could be fun, So
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I will say that I have saved one topic that we cannot use because me and D-Runk Comics have been talking about using it for a while.
I need to put it on the cover right now.
Okay. All right. Apparently, I gotta go. So,
okay.
The thing we can't talk about is ranking MCU movies, because I told him we would do that.
Okay.
Top 5 live action shows from the 90s. We'll talk about it. Best comic book debut issues. Ooh, that'd be fun. 90s video games. Dude,
That's a good one.
Let's do
That's
that.
a good one. All right.
All right. We got to go. We'll see you guys later. Thank you, Kevin, and everyone else in the chat for joining us. I'm Berkfamily54comics. I'm Steve. And as always, go Cats.